Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to explain where I've been, but I want to catch you up on everything. I joined TikTok and I started playing around there and I fell in love with the people there. But I kind of stopped posting with you and sharing with you, and I think it's time we catch up. Come with me. Let's go show you what I've been doing.
This is our journey. Welcome to the Betancourts homestead.
Oh, I finally got the craft room organized. Somewhat organized, and I'm working on orders right now. But this is the craft room. One reason I stopped was I wanted to do this wall. I was never happy with the way I looked in front of it, so I'm working on that. It's a progress. Everything's a work in progress, isn't it? I finished most of inside the house. I have a couple videos I want to share about what I would do differently, building. We adopted 2 kittens. They're now cats since Mags. They are holy terrors. Let me show you them. That's Charlie. And that's Henry. Say hello. They are busy tearing apart the living room. Don't worry, I will fix it. Oh, I had to get electrical mats. They are run by a 9-volt battery for the table and the counter because they will not stay off of them. So I had to, don't worry, it doesn't hurt them. It's a 9-volt battery. It's kind of like an unpleasant scares them, but they stay off of them as long as those are on them. I want to show you what I've done outside because it's what I did outside that's the funnest. I did it all on TikTok. I'm really kind of sorry. I kept trying to find the time to do it. I think I showed you. I started planting strawberries inside the wall in the little cracks and crevices, and they are doing so well. We didn't get any strawberries this year. Most likely because they were just trying to get their roots in the ground. That's okay. But I moved everything up top. I'll tell you that why in a minute. And I built this. So, down below the cottage where we used to live was a seed shack. You and I've talked about it. We've been in there together before. But I took it apart piece by piece and I remade it up here. And then I used the leftover material from our build and I put those little short pieces, and then this is the inside. I took I locked myself in. That is something that TikTok is very aware of. I locked myself in the seed shack all the time. Oh my gosh. Something TikTok doesn't know is that I can actually talk slow with you. We spend time together. You only get 3 minutes there at the most, and you have to jam as much as you can in those 3 minutes. Anyways, let me walk you through. This is the door that was on the old seed shack. The old seed shack was down behind the cottage, and then these are the windows that a sweet lady gave me, and I literally carried them in and put them in myself. They're not professional. Nothing of this is professional. But look, I'm saving a pepper plant. I'm hoping that I can save it for next year. I need to come in here and water really bad. Oh, but look, I have tomatoes coming off of my tomato plant that's dying. I'll rescue it. Anyways, let's go around and talk. So I took the leftover OSB that I was saving from the build of the house, and I used it to insulate the insides of these. Just put an extra layer. This is a window that I got out of a dump. I know, I'm banned from the dump, but I kept it for like 10 years, and I finally had a use for it. I love it. Leftover wood from the build and leftover pallet boards that the Hardy plank and everything was delivered on. I've reused everything. All of this corrugated plastic came from the seed shack. I even enlarged this by about 2 feet. It's 190 square foot building now, but I even enlarged it, and I still had enough because I raised the walls. The seed shack down below was all plastic, and I put walls, half walls up. I found this that was going to be thrown away, and I reused it. The sweet lady gave me some cedar planks, so I cut them to fit, and those are my shelves now, the cedar planks. She also gave me a ton of stuff. She's moving, and she didn't need it, so I was just collecting it all. But this is the actual seed shack. I organized all of our tools, so I can now come in the winter, and I can start sharpening them and getting them ready. Oh, look, I still have peppers growing. That's awesome. I have everything just getting so organized. Like little, somewhere around here, I have a bucket of sand. Oh, right here. I have a bucket of sand for sharpening tools. Right there. I'll have to sift it out and clean it. But let's get ourselves out. It's a little hack I've learned. Because I tend to be doing this a lot lately. I also put a planter she gave me down there, and I built a trellis. And I labeled everything, so everything has a name. Oh, we have storm damage. Quite a bit of storm damage. And then this is the feed shack where we keep the chicken feed and stuff. And I cleaned all of that in there out and totally repainted it. My boneyard is getting smaller. Isn't that amazing? I never thought I would see the day. It used to take this whole entire space up, like the whole thing, and it's getting smaller. I got a nice bench over there. I don't know what I'm doing with this thing right here. The sweet lady gave it to me, and I'll figure out something. I moved these planters from because my garden was where the house is now. So I moved these planters over here, and I found somebody at the dump gave me that chair. I finally have a lot of stuff out of the shop. I labeled the shop too. I finally have enough stuff out of the shop that I can work in there comfortably. I'm hoping I can get a wood-burning stove in there. You know what? God, please just bring me a wood-burning stove. That would be so fun, wouldn't it? But I don't want to spend the money. I don't want, someday God will just bring it around and I'll have it and I'll know it's from him. I have garlic coming up in the bed. I need to clean those 4 beds right over there, but that's okay. I got all winter to do it. I want to redesign this whole area of the garden. You might not, I don't know if you know, but I lost. The house is where my annual garden was, my whole annual garden that we grew and raised all of our vegetables. So I'm in the process of planning and trying to figure out where to put more beds. It's a process. I'm also fighting blackberries still. Nothing new, fighting blackberries. I have these 4 beds here. They don't work. They don't get enough sun, so they have to be moved. But that's okay. We can move it. It's okay. Right? I planted lemon trees. We had a really hard frost in May, which is so unusual for us. And my Palestine lime survived. My lime tree is trying to fight to come back. It lost everything up here. It's trying. My Meyer lemon is doing beautifully. I'm gonna have flowers. Oh, and look, I have a lime right there. Oh my gosh. Praise God, how sweet. It gets yellow because it gets too much water. There's nothing I can do about that. Look, another one and another one. Oh, sweet, and another one. That one probably won't make it. Oh, and look, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh, I have to, all these blackberries I will be working with little by little. Oh, I built the gate to come in and out. It's basically a gate to keep the deer. I know my neighbors don't like fences. Where I live, fences make good neighbors, but I know my neighbors have made comments that they don't like fences. They don't like seeing fences. That's why they live in the country, so they don't have to see fences. But I like to eat, so For me, a fence is necessary. We have a plum and 2 apple trees, and something ate every single apple off of all of our fruit trees. They ate everything off of our fruit trees. It was devastating and sad, but I have a plan that I'm going to be working on, so I won't be doing it again. Now, let me show you. I'm not sure if I showed you the wall. It's 3/4 of the way done. It ends right at the end here, and I will work it all the way past the house, so it'll look like it belongs. Hi, Miss Vol. You missed them too? Yeah. So the little road to Hana. Oh, and that right there is where the seed shack used to be, and this was covered in blackberries, so I cleaned all of that up. It's been a lot of work. Oh, I'm working on this side right now. You can see. We'll show you. Anyways, we got new girls. The Americunas. We had a critter, an unknown critter. I'm thinking it's a bobcat because I kept seeing a bobcat nearby, and a bobcat was chasing Mr. Mole. So we had our rooster way over there. We had a bobcat coming in and he took about 8 of our girls. So we have 10 new replacements. Now, the reason we went with Americunas is because they call them something, it's Americuna, Americana, potato, is because they're very skittish. And those are the only ones. We had 3 Americunas in our flock here, and those 3 remained. We only have 8, 6 girls and 2 roos left. And ironically, I went and I got these girls to replace. Hopefully, because whenever you buy a bunch, you get a rooster. Oh, stop it. You get a rooster in the mix. It's just they're not 100%. Sexting is not 100%. We didn't get any roosters. I wanted just 1 rooster so I could kill the 2 over there. We didn't even get one. Oh, my burn pile when we were waiting for it to be safe. So sometime this winter, I will be doing a really nice burn pile. And that's our chicken coop. We call this over here juvenile hall, and we call that the penitentiary. I'm going to actually make signs up here to say everything, and yeah, but that's it. That's what we got there. Going down the studio path, these are our rat buckets. They 5-gallon buckets. They have been really great, but we got something different. Let me show you. TikTok knows about this. Oh, we have something in there. Oh, it's dead. That's a big guy. So this is called the Ratinator, and it is absolutely amazing. I was using these 5-gallon buckets, but I put the Ratinator with some old dog food in there in a little container, and they literally run in, they get stuck. It's been a whole story. So this is area 1. Oh, I need to show you what happened. Hi, Miss Bull. Are you following? It's winter, so everything's lost its leaves. Look at the tree. The critter that ate the apples attacked the plum tree first, and he broke all the branches. I gotta come in and severely trim that back. It was so sad. It was full of plums, like massively full of plums. This was the area I started working in and then had to stop. This area back here has fig trees, currants, and olive trees. It's beautiful, but it has blackberry vines that literally took over. It also has raspberries and red raspberries, black raspberries. It's got raspberries galore. Oh, let me show you. This would be the perfect place to show you the damage. So we had a really bad storm come through. Here's some more damage. We had a really bad storm come through 2 or 3 nights ago. I did not get to clean this area this winter, but look, we lost that tree right there in the middle of the frame. the whole top came off. They're alders, and they're not the best, but it literally scrunched. It hit the corner of not the Butt Nugget factory, which is the shed that you see. It's all that branches. We have to go in and clean up. We'll go around and I'll show you the actual damage of what I need to fix. And it's okay. It's wood rot that damaged. Yeah, we've been having... Hello, Miss Vole. Oh, hi, girls. Hi, girls. Do you want to see them? They're so cute. They're so cute. I'll get up here. Whoop. Okay, you can't really tell, but see how it's kind of hanging down the roof? Yeah, the back roof and this. I mean, I built this, 8 years ago? One of my first things on a hill, because that's kind of a slopey. I'd go in there, but that guy hates me. And that one over there doesn't like me much either. But there's more of the damage. It's not emergent. It's not an emergent situation. But we'll take care of it. That's about it. I spent the whole entire summer. Oh, it was my stepfather-in-law's 80th birthday. So I spent the whole first part of the year planning his 80th birthday party and getting everybody out here. And then during the summer we had the family reunion. And then through the beginning and middle, whenever there was dry time, I was literally taking apart that seed shack and carrying it piece by piece up, and then removed all the nails from it and totally rebuilt the whole thing. It is absolutely gorgeous. They're in unison. They are like, you're not supposed to be here. Look at this. Isn't that view beautiful? Yep. Oh, I had this whole area here cleared. Like 6 months ago. And Blackberry said, no, we claim this as ours. That's okay, I'll go back and get it again. I love that gate. It's just beautiful. Kind of want to hang a wreath from it, but nah. Now, I had this whole area cleared, and on top of that, I planted out and did brick borders. It is the Walnut Guild, and I'm sure most people are like, oh, it looks like a mess. In fact, I did hear one of my neighbors below talking about how, oh, she's not a gardener, that's a mess. And I was like, yeah, I eat really well out of that mess. Permaculture design, it doesn't matter. The way I planted it, everything will still be there when I need it. And I'll just go in and clean it up as I need. I had more important emergent things that came along. And I started playing with TikTok. So there is that. But, so what am I going to do for next year? I want to plant. So if you look out right here, this is the fruit terrace that we always talked about. I want to plant that fruit terrace out. The terrace that's right over here, I'm going to plant something that is just going to be there, like a ground cover that's just going to sink in and grow there, that I can maintain on the edges, because that is just way too steep for me to go up and down. So that's just going to be a maintenance thing. And then this here, this fruit terrace, I'm going to level up. Not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet, but I'm going to make levels and terrace it to be bigger and easier for me to climb, because it's really hard to harvest on a hill. I'll take you along with me for that. I'm going to continue to edge. Let's take you over and I'll show you what I edged. I'm going to continue edging things. Like, see, there's blueberry bushes and grapes, all kinds of blackberries. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay to have a mess. Because I don't want you to feel as if you have to put all this pressure on yourself. It's okay for things to be a mess. And then you can go back in and clean them up when you have time. And realistically, we built the house and everything has been chaotic since. So I did a brick border here with bricks that I had. And that leads us straight to the back. Oh, by the way, that's where the bear and I, yeah. Nothing is easy. Nothing is easy. We got bees, and then a bear decided he wanted our bees. He or she wanted our bees. And, yeah, so my husband was working nights at the time, so I'm the one that all night had to get up and chase this bear. Now I'm exhausted during the day. It was just a very challenging year. I took an old fire pit and I planted lettuce seed in it, and as it grows, I planted the most interesting tomatoes. I'll have to clean them up, but they were micro tiny tomatoes, and those were really interesting. Look at this! It still has peppers on it. How interesting is that? You know, peppers are perennials, so I'm going to try and keep as many as I can. And then I have onions and tomatoes were in here, and then beans. I should try and see if I can harvest some seed pods. And then I planted pak choi. Didn't get quite big enough, but I have beets I need to pull up, and pak choi right there. Not the most ideal garden. Nothing like what I used to have. Nothing like what I used to have. But I'll get it back. I just need to find space. And I think I'm pretty much going to dig up this whole area here and redesign the whole thing as one. All as one. But that's what we've gotten. Oh, I had that sweet lady gave me furniture, and I spent my spare time, what little I had, redoing the furniture that we had and the furniture that she had, and researched the best kind of stain that I could stain it with, and it goes on like a paint. It's absolutely amazing. It's Valspar. So I did that. At some point in time, I'm going to need to redo the table. But this was pre-Craig Jig. And then my mother dropped off the bench. She kept telling me, it didn't leak when we had it. It didn't leak when we had it. My husband looks at me and he goes, it probably leaks. I'm like, whatever. If it does, it does. It's someplace we can sit to put our shoes on with. My whole goal in everything is homesteading on as much of a budget as possible, because not everybody has the money. So I've been canning and talking about what it costs to can. I've been doing things on a budget. I've been scavenging hunting, and people would call me and they say, hey, we have this, do you want this, do you want that? And I literally have been taking things that people were going to normally throw away, saving them from the dump, and redoing them and making them beautiful again. And useful. I missed you guys. I got plans. I hope you are all doing well, and I'll talk to you soon.